Welcome to Law Watch. My name is Coleman Jackson, and I'm an attorney at Coleman Jackson Professional Corporation. Coleman Jackson Professional Corporation is a taxation, government contracts, and immigration law firm in Dallas, Texas. Our primary areas are taxation, government contracts, litigation, and immigration. And today, our Law Watch topic is going to be an immigration topic dealing with International Entrepreneur Parole Program for Foreign Entrepreneurs. Other members of Coleman Jackson Professional Corporation are Yulissa Molina, Tax Legal Assistant, Reina Munoz, Immigration Legal Assistant, Liliana Guterra, Litigation Legal Assistant, and Myra Torres, our Public Relations Associate. On this particular Law Watch presentation, Reina Munoz, our Immigration Legal Assistant, will be asking the questions, and will be answering her questions on this very important immigration law topic, International Entrepreneur Parole Program for Foreign Entrepreneurs.
Hello, attorney. As you know, on May 10th, 2021, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, announced during a telephone conference with stakeholders and interested persons that the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, is withdrawing a 2018 notice of proposed rulemaking that proposed to remove the International Entrepreneur, i.e. Parole Program, from DHS regulations. The IE Parole Program provides a temporary immigration pathway for foreign entrepreneurs who have established companies in the United States. This immigration program is designed to attract venture capital or other funding that may benefit the nation by growing and adding jobs to the United States economy. So my question is, if you can give me a brief description of what the Entrepreneur Parole Program is and who it is intended to attract.
Yes, indeed, Reina. Good morning. The International Entrepreneur Parole Program was put in place in January 2017 by the President Obama's administration to encourage foreign entrepreneurs to create and develop startup entities with high growth potential in the United States, and to help improve our national economy to increase capital spending, innovation, and job creation. The Entrepreneur Program was originally established in the last days of the Obama administration, but was quickly put on hold by the subsequent administration. It has now been revived by the Biden administration, and the international entrepreneurs who satisfy all of the following conditions may be eligible to apply for the temporary visas to stay in the United States under the International Entrepreneur Parole Program for up to 5 years, Reina. This entrepreneur visa program is being revived by U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services under the Biden administration, as I said before. Interested international entrepreneurs meet the following criteria. Number 1, own an established business in the United States. Number 2, demonstrate significant U.S. funding. And number 3, show that their business has substantial potential for rapid growth and job creation. This reactivation of this program and the renewed emphasis under the Biden administration on this international parole program is consistent with President Biden's executive order on restoring faith in our country's legal immigration system and strengthening immigration and efforts for new Americans. These efforts reflect the current administration's commitment to grow the United States economy, especially coming out of this dreadful pandemic that we've all gone through for the last 15 months or so. As pointed out in a recent Department of Homeland Security telephone conference, they had a conference earlier this week on this particular matter. The current administration believed that the international aspect of the entrepreneurial spirit that many immigrants have can be leveraged abroad to provide great benefits to the U.S. economy and to U.S. workers. They went on to say and express that as they get the policy up and running, DHS expects the program to eventually lead to the creation of new job ventures, new business opportunities that would benefit the American people as a whole. The expressed hope is that these businesses would create significant additional innovation, productivity, and job creation, investment and research spending. The economic vibrancy of new firms associated with the temporary visa entrepreneur program would directly and indirectly benefit the U.S. economy and create jobs for American workers. In addition, innovation and research and development, innovation and spending is likely to generate new patents, new technologies, all of which is likely to further enhance American innovations, industrial spirit, and overall economic growth worldwide. These are, in a nutshell, some of the aspirational goals and things that was expressed during this recent DHS telephone conference to stakeholders and interested parties. Let us be clear, though, the program does not provide an immigration status to approved applicants. Rather, qualifying entrepreneurs receive parole. Parole is a discretionary and temporary permission to enter the United States and remain in the United States and work in the United States. And under this particular program, it's designed to grant parole for up to 5 years. Under this program, the parolees are not eligible to apply for green cards or become permanent residents of the United States unless they have an alternative means of applying for a green card. For example, through a family petition or an investor petition, such as the EB-5 or the EB-2, EB-1. Bottom line is, parole program is a temporary program that does not lead to permanent residency in the United States. That's an important point that I like to point out about this parole program.
Well, that is very interesting and very valuable information, Attorney. So tell me, Attorney, who qualifies for the International Entrepreneur Parole Program?
Raina, that is a very good question. Let me go into a little bit more detail on who potentially qualifies for the parole program. The applicant must have established a U.S. startup business within 5 years before filing an application for parole under this program. Number 2, the applicant must hold an ownership interest in the startup of at least 10%. The applicant must play an active and central role in the operations of the business in the United States and not merely be a passive or silent partner or investor. And number 4, the startup must have received a capital investment of at least $250,000 from qualified U.S. investors or at least $100,000 in grants or rewards from qualifying U.S. federal, state, or local government entities. Foreign nationals who only partially satisfy the funding criteria must provide additional compelling evidence of the startup's substantial potential for rapid growth and job creation. No more than 3 foreign entrepreneurs may be granted parole per startup entity. No more than 3.
So how long can an approved entrepreneur remain in the United States?
An approved entrepreneurs under this program may remain in the United States up to 30 months with an option for a 3-year extension if the business continues to grow. Approved entrepreneurs will be authorized to work for the startup entity only. That means they will not be able to work for other entities. They can only work for this startup entity. Qualifying dependents receive parole for the same period as the principal and spouses, and they are eligible for an employment authorization. An additional 30 months of parole may be available if the entrepreneur demonstrates that the business continues to operate. The entrepreneur retains at least a 5% ownership interest and continues to play a central role in the business operations within the United States. And the business has created at least 5 qualifying jobs, received at least $500,000 in qualifying investments, government grants, or awards, or a combination thereof, or generated at least $500,000 in U.S. revenue and averaged 20% annual growth during the initial parole period. As with the initial grant, applicants for re-parole who who partially satisfy the investment, job creation, and growth criteria that I just mentioned may meet the standard by providing other reliable and compelling evidence of the startup's substantial potential for rapid growth and job creation. As a discretionary grant, parole can be revoked by the U.S. government at any time if the startup is no longer in operation or otherwise ceases to provide a significant public benefit to the United States. Keep in mind, the whole objective is to grow the United States economy and to create American jobs.
So, attorney, this is my next question. How does an international entrepreneur apply to this program?
Rainer, an entrepreneur must file form, this is a USCIS form, it's form I-941, application for entrepreneur parole, with the required fees, including biometric services and supporting documentary evidence in accordance with 8 CFR 212.19 and the form I-941 instructions. They must follow the instructions on the form and file the form with USCIS. Current filing fee for form I-941 is $1,200, and the current biometric services fee is $85. Under this program, parole may be granted for up to 3 entrepreneurs, stated that before, per startup entity, as well as spouses and children, filing form I-131, application for travel document, and filing form I-765, application for employment authorization, which is available only for spouses of the entrepreneurs. Filing and obtaining approval of a form I-941 application under this rule will not by itself constitute a grant of parole. If your form I-941 application is approved, you must visit a U.S. consulate office abroad to obtain travel documentation, for example, a boarding form, before appearing at a U.S. port of entry for a final parole determination. This program is in flux right now, and eligibility criteria and everything else pertaining to it is being currently developed and implemented by the Biden administration. You should follow our blogs and Legal Thoughts podcasts and watch or subscribe to our Law Watch video channel for future updates on this very important immigration topic.
Yes, well, thank you for an overview of the International Entrepreneur Parole Program for foreign entrepreneurs. Today, we know that the International Entrepreneur Parole Program grants qualifying foreign individuals temporary permission to enter and remain years to grow a startup business that has potential for rapid growth and job creation. The program does not provide a direct path to permanent residence. The program was established in the last days of the Obama administration, but was put on hold shortly after the prior administration took office in 2017, and it has been largely dormant since then. The Biden administration is reviving the program as part of its effort to reduce barriers to U.S. immigration and to provide immigration options for promising foreign entrepreneurs. However, the program has some limitations. Entrepreneur parolees do not have a direct path to permanent residence. If they wish to become U.S. permanent residents, they must qualify under an established U.S. immigration visa program. And in addition, the grant parolee is highly discretionary. DHS may terminate or revoke the parole at any time, which subjects parolees to some uncertainty. So if you have questions about the International Entrepreneur Program, please contact the immigration professional with our firm. And this video is for informational purposes only. This program is being designed and the eligibility requirements and everything related is unsettled.
This is the end of Law Watch for now. If you want to see more Law Watch videos like this one, please subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear more taxation, government contract, litigation, and immigration Law Watch videos, or you can go to our website, which is www.cjacksonlaw.com, to subscribe to our blogs. We write very extensive blogs on our practice areas of taxation, government contracts, litigation, and immigration. If you desire to read our blogs, you can go to our website. Again, the site is www.cjacksonlaw.com. And if you would like to watch more Law Watch videos like this one, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we also produce a Legal Thoughts podcast. And you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Stay tuned. We are here in Dallas, Texas, and want to inform, educate, and encourage our communities on topics dealing with taxation, government contracts, litigation, and immigration. Until next time, take care.